Once price establishes that break of structure going from bullish to bearish, I will then find my entry, looking for that bearish engulfing candlestick, stops just above, and then like you all know, targeting structure, right? That lower low. It simply does not get any easier than this. So yesterday we talked about how we were expecting price come today form this retracement, but ultimately I was not looking for this retracement to be established until Thursday. So it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We talked about this happening, and now it's happening. So in the next hour and 9 minutes, if we can have price close like so, one, establishing the pullback, and then two, tapping back into this recent break of structure, we can then go towards the 4-hour time frame and then expect price. Let's grab our box tool. Expect price to one, form the rejection towards 81,556, that being the daily recent break of structure. After we form that rejection, let's make this a little cleaner. After we form that rejection, we will then wait for price to bounce from 81,556, bounce from there, get back underneath this 4-hour zone. Again, you can see where we are treated as support and resistance. I can drag this out towards the left so you get a better observation. So boom, you can see how this area is treated as both support and resistance. We have more than 2 taps, more than 3 taps towards this area. So it is a well-respected zone where I can look to take a trade from. So after price can get back below how we talked about, we then wait for the 15-minute switch of structure. As we go down towards the 15-minute, you can see how the 15-minute is doing exactly what I talked about. Price, in order for it to get back towards this 81,556 level, that retest level, we had to go from bearish to then bullish in order to get here. So come later tonight, I then want to see price continue in this uptrend. If price can continue in this uptrend, wait for price to establish the breakout, continuing towards the upside and letting us know that we are in an uptrend. After price give us that break towards the higher high, we then want to wait for 15-minute time frame can establish the break of structure of the higher low, switching from bullish to then being in a bearish trend, getting in sync with the daily and a 4-hour time frame, allowing us to see that in overall, allowing us to get an entry. So once price can establish that break of structure, get back underneath this 4-hour zone, I will then find my entry, again waiting for that bearish engulfing, stops just above, and then like you all know, we're targeting our recent lows. We're just targeting structure. If I go back towards the 4-hour time frame, you can see how when we are targeting these 4-hour lows, again how this area is treated as support slash resistance, just another area of structure. So I'm just looking for price to get back down there. Everything is looking good. Everything is playing out how we expected price to play out yesterday, and now we are finally having that retracement get established. So as of right now, we continue to wait, put our hands underneath our butts, sit on it so they don't move and we make any type of stupid mistakes, and we wait for our entry confirmation, allow the plan to fully play out. So right now we are being patient. We have NZD CAD looking good for later tonight, and like always, updates will be recorded and updates will be posted. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Deuces. Alright y'all, so I have updates on NZD CAD. There's 2 things that can happen come later tonight. So one, you can see how we have the next daily candlestick open, and at the moment we are bullish on this candlestick. I am expecting price to come back and tap back into the recent breaker structure at 81,556. We are close, but I would love to see a tap back into. And after that tap, like you all know, wait for price to establish the break back below this area of interest, and then that will be followed by the 15-minute break of structure, because right now we have support sitting around here on the 15-minute time frame. If price does decide to go and give us a break, possibly come later tonight, I want to say yes, we could find a position. It just all depends on what the entry signal looks like, what the daily candlestick and the 4-hour candlesticks are looking like in order for us to actually take that position. But if we do, I truly just don't see that happening. It's a lot that has to go on after this break of structure, and I don't think the pair is ready quite yet. So me sticking on the original wait until Thursday until we take this trade is still sitting there. Tonight, it does look good to trade, but I am leaning towards Thursday night. So we'll just have to sit, continue to wait, be patient, see what plays out. But we are expecting some type of moves tonight. So let's sit and let's find out what happens with price. All right, y'all. So we are here with updates. We are potentially looking at a trade come later tonight. On the daily time frame, exactly what we talked about this morning is happening. You see how the recent daily candlestick did not continue towards the downside, not leaving us with a strong enough bearish momentum to then continue. We are slowly but surely pulling back towards that zone. You can see how the 4 hour is slowly making its way back up. I do want to see us tap back into overall, going to form that double top. Wait for price to tap back into the shift of structure and the continuation back down towards the downside. Going towards the 15-minute time frame, you will see how this will be allowing the 15-minute time frame to have the flip from bearish to then bullish and then tap back into our entry zone before presenting us with the next break of structure back down towards the downside. We find our entry, stops just above, and then take profit, like always, targeting the lows. We have to continue to be patient. I have my alert set up to possible entries because once we break these 15-minute highs, we can possibly see price tap back into, form that rejection on the higher time frame, followed by the shift of structure on the entry time frame. Everything is playing out how we want it to play out. If price does continue towards the downside from here, truly is nothing we can do. It did not leave us with any type of entry signal throughout London session, throughout pre-New York, and during New York session. We weren't left with an opportunity. So we just got to continue to be patient and continue to wait. Days like this sucks because this was the only pair we are eyeing, and everything else is just slow. It's just slow, extremely slow. Price is just ugly, man. We got the alert set up. Possible entry come later tonight. No fingers crossed because I don't believe in fingers crossed. We pray that happens, and if it does not happen, it's all part of the plan. We simply come back next week and look to capitalize with opportunities. So that's all we got for right now. Like always, updates will be sent out, so just stay tuned for that. And I will catch you guys when something happens. Here's the after. So, yeah, let's just get straight into it. So, clear as day, starting off on the daily. Like you all know, my main objective is to find which way in the market we are heading. We were bearish. How do I know this? Because as we're drawing out the structure, you can see how price formed this high. Price then had the reversal, breaking past these higher lows, and then formed the retracement towards that recent broken structure. Once price tapped into, we went towards the 4 hour time frame. On this 4 hour time frame, you can see how also we are bearish, matching with our daily trend, and also getting back towards an area of support / resistance. It is important to find these areas of interest. And as you're finding these areas of interest, just to make sure that you have more than 3 rejections towards that zone. Only thing this is doing is solidifying this area to be treated as an area where you can take a trade off of. Why? Because as you can see, we're forming multiple rejections towards this area of interest. And when we are below, it does not just come back, tap into, reject, and then break through. No, it comes back, rejects, comes back again, rejects, comes back again, rejects, comes back again, and rejects. These are 4 rejections towards this one area, right? Already allowing me to know that this is a hard area for price to break through, and I'm slowly but surely liking this area to take a trade off of. I can clearly see when we are below, price treats it as resistance and continues towards the downside. And when price breaks above, we treat it as support and continue towards the upside. Well, since my daily is bearish and my 4 hour time frame is bearish, it would make sense for me to wait for price to get back underneath the zone, wait for price to get back towards this zone, find that rejection, and ride it back towards the downside like we've done in recent data. So after I saw price tap back into this zone, after we formed this beautiful double top scenario, that's when I went towards my lower time frame, such as the 15-minute. And how I preach to you all the time, wait for the shift of structure from your lower time frames to go from bullish to bearish, getting in sync with the daily and the 4-hour time frames, the two time frames I want to be in sync in the first place. And if this 15-minute can get in sync, we will enter off of the breaker structure happening at my zone with that beautiful entry signal. As you can see, we were left with a beautiful bearish variation pattern engulfing past that previous bullish candle, stops just above, and targets, like you all know, are my lows. And clear as day, price went to this area of interest with no problem. I definitely see price continuing towards the downside, but since today was Friday and we did find this position around 8 in the morning, we're simply good to go. I'm not looking to hold over the weekend because price played out fully before then. Say if price did stop around right here midday and market closed, of course I'm going to hold this trade over the weekend. Why? Because nothing is telling me not to, right? Price is still in a bearish trend. We had that breaker structure. I got my entry. Now I trust my analysis. Let the trade run. So we did that. Price went quickly towards that take profit area. We got back a 2.4 in return, which was simply just an amazing trade. And yes, like you all know, I missed the trade. Oh my goodness. What pissed me off is that I was up by, I want to say 6:30 this morning, 7 o'clock. And when I was up, this is what the market looked like. Market looked just like this. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I got time. You know, if price does give me a break, I'll wait for this break, and then price give me the followed up break of structure towards the downside. I found my position, ride this trade. Right? Wrong. Price did not do that. Instead, what happened? As soon as I saw price right here in the market, I turned my dumb self right back over, went back to sleep, and what happened? 30 minutes later, price presented me with that breaker structure, presented me with the entry, and like you all know, the rest is history. Price went directly towards profit with no hesitation. It is what it is. This was an amazing trade. I would take this trade like 10 out of 10. Every single time it is presented, I'm taking this trade. Why? Because it met my rules. I have 7 confluences to take this trade. Why wouldn't I take this trade? That is a A+, A+. I'm looking at a 97%, probably 99. Take the trade. It's simple. Like, it's simple. This trade was amazing, y'all, and I pray that y'all took it. You got to use what I'm giving you all. Like, I can't help you grow your own flowers. I can give you the seeds to grow your flowers, which I'm doing. I'm giving y'all the seeds. But it's up to you to go water. It's up to you to give it the sunlight. It's up to you to get all the nasty weeds and stuff out the way so the flower can flourish. But if you don't do that, if you don't take care, if you don't practice taking care, if you don't care, that is going to die. And you're going to look at me like, oh, dude, that seed was a waste. No. That seed was not a waste. Because the next person, that other person I gave that seed to, you see how big their garden is now. Because of that one seed. Because of the work that they put in. Because they showed up every single day doing the work. It's just repetition, bro. Like, I swear to y'all, if you want it, you will find out. If you don't, that's up to you. I pray y'all enjoy. I will catch y'all in the next one.